Hey, what's up, studs? Ryan here. We're MandRproductions with my review of the LEGO Star Wars May the 4th promo for 2020. And this one has had a bit of controversy behind it, not helped very much by myself because I definitely made a video trashing this set, and LEGO has graciously sent it to me for free, so thank you to LEGO for providing this for my review. Its set number is 40407. Death Star 2 Battle is the name, and it includes 235 pieces. Again, it is quote-unquote free with purchases of $75 or more for May the 4th, 2020. And again, free is kind of a tough thing to say about this when you have to spend at least $75 to get it. It's a gift with purchase. You have to spend money to get it. So yes, you can complain about this if you don't like it. Shocking. And you can probably tell where this video may be going. The box art presents the Tie Interceptor chasing down the A-Wing on the surface of the Death Star 2 there with some construction going on potentially. And, you know, that red color is kind of accurate to what you see in the movie. I actually looked up some reference pictures, and yes, we do see a color very similar to that. We're still sticking with this 2019 style box art, which I really like. And on the back of the box, you'll see some images from Episode 6, Return of the Jedi right there, which is kind of neat. And then you'll see another angle of the Tie Interceptor chasing down the A-Wing on the Death Star 2 surface. The unboxing for this set is pretty standard. The build process, again, standard. Nothing special about the instructions. Let's take a look at the model. And here it is, up close and personal. The first thing I will note is that the piece on the front there is actually printed LEGO Star Wars 2020, which is nice. I was worried that it would be a sticker just kind of based on the images I had seen of the set, but no, it is printed, which is very nice, just connected onto a few studs there. You can kind of see how it's built here from the underside. It's very interesting to look at the bottom. I actually quite like that look. On the top, though, you have a lot of greebling and stuff going on, different little angles and such that they've created using some wedge plates and some like gold bar pieces, little different pieces that you'll see in other themes that are used for different things like roller skates or the top of like a little cup or whatever. Just little interesting tidbits like that are kind of fun to pick out on a LEGO build like this. And for being the surface of a Death Star, it's very hard to tell, right? Like, I don't think if I brought this in, if I took off the ships, I brought this into my brother, and I was like, yo, what is this? What do you think this is? I don't think Death Star would come to mind. And that's one of my main issues with this build, because it's tough to get something like that. Like, that just doesn't work in my opinion. I think there were a lot of other options they could have gone with if they wanted to continue this style of build. That would have been better than the Death Star. That being said, the actual mini model builds on this set are the A-Wing and Tie Interceptor. The A-Wing is kind of on a little clip there, so it can actually be at a bit of an angle. And looking up close at the A-Wing here, it looks decent, but what I did say in my video when the pictures of this set got revealed is that the advent calendar builds are better, and I stand by that. This is not a great looking A-Wing. It's a bit bulky in my opinion, and again, the advent calendar versions, in my opinion, look better. And again, it's on that little hinge, so that's kind of nice. It gets a bit of an angle to it, so it's not just this flat build, but still. The Tie Interceptor is also on a little bit of a clip there on that rod. You can pull that off, and you'll see the Tie Interceptor just looks ridiculous in my opinion. I think this is the worst mini Tie Interceptor I have ever seen. It just looks so terrible. The gaps between the wings are too large in my opinion. It just looks so odd. I thought they had a really good one going in like 2004. I know they don't like to bring designs like that back, but you'd think they could at least do something better, and in my opinion, they did not do something better, and there we go. The back of the Tie Interceptor is pretty rough looking as well. That's another issue that the older version did not have, and now this one does have. So you can see more of like these type of smokestack things. I don't quite think they're smokestacks, but they're using that maroon red color. And again, that is a color you see on the Death Star 2. I went and looked at pictures, but it just looks a little bit off to most people because it's not something they would really remember that well. You think it's all gray. The only other notable build or aspect of this build is that it has a little turret on it. And that may be the one thing that you could be like, oh, it's the Death Star because it's got the turret, duh. But yeah, that's the turret right there, and you can kind of spin it if you want, but it doesn't look great if you spin it, in my opinion. It doesn't work great either. It'll come right off the stud that it is stationed on, and everything's a little weak right now, apparently. Probably better looking than the Tie Interceptor or the A-Wing in this build, in my opinion. Now, let's compare this to the other two builds like this that we've gotten from 2019, and we'll see how it stacks up, because it is kind of interesting to see the difference. So there are the three of them. Last year's May 4th promo was Hoth. Force Friday for 2019 received Endor. And now May 4th for 2020 receives Death Star 2 Battle. It remains to be seen whether or not this line will continue. I hope it doesn't because I don't like it very much. We started out with this janky looking AT-AT, a couple of actually decent looking snowspeeders in their scale. We had a probe droid and actually a much more accurate than the UCS version of the Hoth generator there. And of course, being a 20th anniversary set, we had the Hoth build, just pretty nice looking. The white looked great, and they actually did a great job making some snowbanks and whatever built up. Kind of wish there was like the main Hoth base door in that set though. Next up, we got the Endor set, which was good again. It said 20th anniversary on the tile there. However, the set itself's box art was not 20th anniversary box art, which was ridiculous. The ATSTs look great. You actually had little soldiers on the ground with scout troopers, Chewbacca, looks like Han Solo in there, and that actually looks pretty good with the studs being the characters. And we actually got the Endor bunker, which was kind of neat to see in that micro scale. Large tree, smaller trees, and like little bushes built around it. Looks pretty decent. And then we go to something that's completely man-made or made by characters in the universe, not like a natural-ish environment, right? And so now you end up with the odd one out being the Death Star 2 Battle as like a space battle type thing. And LEGO, to give them credit, doesn't do space battles like this a lot for probably a reason, and that's that it would end up looking like this. Like, it's hard to create space, right? And they've done a decent job of creating that concept, I guess, but the actual build just does not hit any of the marks for me to be the Death Star. Like, it's like, this is the Death Star 2 Battle, but there's no Death Star. It's just this flat gray plate with some greebling and a little color, and that's it. And it's like, that's not exciting to me. So those are the three all next to each other. I don't know if you guys like one more than the other. I've grown to dislike all of them to a degree now. So should this May the 4th promo be enough to make you go spend at least $75 on May 4th to get it? No, don't do it. That would be my opinion. Don't do it. It is not very good in my opinion. I don't know why you would want one of these. I mean, I get trying to collect all the May the 4th things. Fair enough. I'm totally like that. I would totally buy it anyway. But I don't think it's very good. If you're on the edge, I would like to point you in the direction to not buy anything to try and get this and wait for something better to come along, or just don't buy anything at all and be happy with saving your money. Seeing the collection all next to each other, though, is kind of neat to see. Like, it will be a neat display when these are all said and done. But in my opinion, the minifigures were and always will be cooler for May the 4th. I don't think the May the 4th promos have been very good for the last 5 years. You guys can let me know what you think down in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.